What's going on, YouTube? We're back again with another episode of The Four, your favorite podcast to listen to from four brothers with different mothers.
You already know what it is.
Y'all like that? Y'all like that? No.
Eight different mothers?
With different mothers. Because we all got different moms.
But you said 8 different mothers. You know,
bro, you know what I mean, bro.
I like the improvisation.
I did.
Yeah, I do.
I like it.
It's cool. We gonna get it right.
Lean with it, rock with it.
I'm
back to it again, you know what I'm saying? It's your host, TJ.
It's your boy, Jerdo.
It's your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant.
And where you in the cut like?
In the cut like with your keys when you need to go ahead and get to work because you're running late.
Ah, jeez.
Boom. Yeah. That's all I got today.
Cool. All right.
That's
Keep it light today.
Last but not least, the one and only Jacoby Watson back in the field once again.
Yes.
You standing for? Do you ever get tired? I asked this last time, I think.
He don't get tired.
No.
I don't get tired of the field.
You get off days from the field?
No.
Yeah, I actually do.
What?
Okay.
I have one.
I
had one this morning.
The more you know.
I had one this morning.
Wow.
And I spent it being productive.
See?
Putting in applications.
See?
But
I feel that.
But does that mean
taking these L's on Apex because Brandon must be holding me.
Yeah, we're not.
But that's
a
a whole nother situation. But y'all already know what's going on, y'all. It's another episode. It is almost the end of February, and it is almost going to be a. What's up?
Before we did that, thank y'all for those who have stuck with us for the year. Because we definitely over a year of recording consistently.
You know what I said? I was low-key thinking when we hit it. I thought it was next
in
March. It's in March.
Is it? Is it
we
in
uploaded
March?
in March.
We uploaded in March, but we recorded in February. Remember?
No.
Because it was still cold outside.
Well, it's been almost 365 days since the 4 has been around. We're still trying to work on some things and improve on some things. Trust me, we have a lot in store for this year that we are working on. And we will have guests soon, y'all. I know we've heard y'all loud and clear. We are just trying to figure out some technical difficulties. But when we have that situated, promise you, every episode will pretty much have a guest. I can promise y'all that. If I'm lying, then I don't know. Y'all can just tell me I'm capped.
If he's lying, y'all can take his J's.
Hey, watch out. I ain't even wearing J's today. Today, I'm rocking the G Fazos, the acronym Air Force Ones. I'm going to come up. They got the zippers on them. So, this ain't something you can get at the stores. Neither your hood dude got them either. So, you know what I'm saying? But slight flex. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Weird flex, but okay.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what's crazy, though? That could be a little segment of it. I could be a segment on every episode. Talking about what you rocking today, TJ.
Oh, yeah, Oh, I mean, I do like to switch up the shoe.
Noted. We going to put that in the next episode.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to hear that. But let's go ahead and get into the thought of the day. Kind of funny, before we get into that, it's been almost 28 days of February. We got 29 this year. We haven't even talked about Black History Month at all this whole month.
Yeah.
We are horrible black people.
We're not horrible.
I'm not going to hold you. This Black History Month low-key been not good for black people.
What you mean?
Black History Month isn't about what's going on in the current month or year. It's just supposed to be
I understand that.
Appreciation of black people. All right, this is how we going to do this. So if instead of the thought of the day for this episode, I want each one of y'all to say one accomplishment that y'all did as a black man this month.
This month?
What's one thing you feel like you did that was like an award or accomplishment? It could be something as little or something as big. Or someone that you idolized that you appreciated. Because we got to get on some positive stuff because we always talking about tragedies and deaths. And don't nobody bring up Deontay Wilder because we're not talking about that right now. So we're going to kick it off. So if y'all got to think about it, I can go first. If y'all, you know what I'm saying? So,
you can kick it off.
Okay, yeah. So for me, I did my second art show this past Sunday for my photography work and whatnot. I've done 2 this month, which my first 2 ever. It was a huge moment for me. I've never done nothing like that. I was also hosted on a magazine and another website, and I'll add that on the link. Shout out to Trap Art Cincinnati and Valence magazine. So that is one thing I am proud to be about with my black brethren. So yes.
Dang.
It's no competition here. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody work at their own pace.
I am proud that I am passing all of my classes, and I've been consistent with doing my work in classes.
Yes, Black King. Yes.
Yes, King.
Yes, King.
Yes, King.
Ass.
Adam
truly
hates people calling each other king and queens.
I don't hate it.
No, he hates it.
I don't hate it, but
it triggers
y'all
you,
be
though.
doing too much.
Why?
It triggers you though.
Hold on, we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. Go ahead, Jacoby.
Speak your piece, King.
I don't think. You know what? Even though it was a tragedy turned. Let's call it awakening. That would be the car accident. We got some good traction going. Hopefully, once these taxes come in, government, y'all playing with my money and I need it now. I'm just looking at y'all for that.
Stop holding my man's money, man. He need to get his grind
but,
up, bro.
On God, I need to get my grind back. But I am proud to say that starting at the in March, because I'm gonna get them produced hopefully by next week when I get this money.
You will get this money.
I will
We're
get
gonna
this.
speak into
You're right.
existence.
You're right.
God.
There you go.
Business cards will be made,
Hey.
and
Yes, King.
hopefully after this person contacts me back, I will have one of my first shoots set up for this month, for into next month, because it happened a couple days ago. But I'm speaking that into existence because I'm trying to get back onto my photography. Of course, with not only taking pictures but editing, and not only editing just pictures, but some video, because I got some ideas with some videos. But that's under wraps. That's under wraps for later. That's later for when when it get hot outside.
Yes,
and we can rock the t-shirts and G-Faces like how we normally do.
G-Faces.
But that is what I have working on right now.
Tim's, Tim's. Is
No, we are not wearing
Tim's
Timbs in the
are
summer.
a all
No,
year
they're not.
shoe.
If you wearing Timbs in 90-degree weather, your feet stink.
You live.
Your feet stink, and you
gotta
take
always
them
be
off.
ready to stomp somebody out.
With the
Go
buzz.
ahead and announce your accomplishment, my brother.
So my accomplishment is a little head ass, but I'm gonna say it anyway
Go
because
ahead.
I am proud of it. So we at Northern Kentucky University. Oh wait, this is a head ass. So actually we made history this year at Northern Kentucky University. We are going to be the first predominantly white institution in the tri-state area to actually get NPHC plots. So
Wow.
you know how like HBCUs they got the plots for the Greek org. So yeah, we bringing that to NKU.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do that after I graduate.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
I
all
really
good,
didn't
though.
help out as much, but it's cool to still see a part of history and still, put my little piece in.
And what happened in your chapter 1? What? All right, I ain't say do the most, bro.
He about to flex. He about to
I
flex.
just want y'all to know that the pretty prestigious Pop Out chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, located in Northern Kentucky University,
This
won
guy.
its 5th. I said 5th. This is my second.
Preach.
5th.
Let them know.
Homecoming step show trophies. You feel me? We honestly should be on a 4-year winning streak, but we got hold. But anywho, that's another story.
That's
for
a whole
another
nother.
day.
We ain't gonna get into that.
But yeah, check me out. We the Noop Avengers. I'll put the link in the description.
Cool. I like that. If y'all like this little thing, you know what I'm saying, we could do like a positive thing instead of thought of the day. We could switch it up every now and then.
Switch it up.
And also, just to add on to this, if y'all are watching this, just know Black History Month is not the only month to be celebrating black achievements, Black pride. Nah, we do this 24/7.
Black history is regular history.
We may not.
Have y'all ever heard a white person say, "Why it ain't White History Month"?
I have, and then I have.
They
to
want
explain
everything like they don't got everything.
I don't care.
Look,
I don't care.
You
I
just
be
gotta
like,
tell them every month is
White History Month. Right.
I don't care.
Y'all
You know-
privileged. I don't want to hear it.
Y'all
And then none against white people. I love y'all. But the ignorant ones, and when I say ignorant, the definition of ignorant means not to know or they don't know. That's what I'm talking to.
Yes.
Those folks. The folks that are not woke.
Like the Facebook post said, we don't hate white
people. We hate racist white people.
I like that. All
But
right,
anywho,
let's go ahead and get into
Jump
this
into
main
it, man.
conversation that we have here for this episode. So,
Man, what we got
if
for
you
'em?
watch our previous one, we talked about a lot of different things, and we kind of left a little teaser of what we wanted to get into for this episode. So, we're gonna go ahead and just title this as "What things should you consider to be 50-50 split amongst your friends, significant other, family, whatever the case
All
may be?
that.
How far should the 50-50 half and half should go when it comes to either money, sharing things, rent? We gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let me start off by asking this, my brothers. How often, and it could be with any person you know or whoever, do you use this method with?
Well, to answer your question, DJ,
or do you
TJ,
even after? Are you the type to, want to just cover it for someone, or you know what I'm saying? How y'all want to go about it? We can go different ways.
It depends on the situation, of course. But
okay, boom scenario. You just took your wife out, and it's y'all anniversary.
I'm paying for everything.
Okay, but let's say you paid for like the past, I don't know, 4 dates y'all done did. Do you feel like you should have to pay for this one as well, or do you feel like y'all should go Dutch, or you feel like she should pay for the one time?
To be honest, like, we don't ever really have to have that conversation because it's not like if I don't pay for it, she'll pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally like all the time it's 50-50 is an option, but it's like one of us just chooses to pay. So it's always an option.
Well, that's healthy.
That's healthy.
That is healthy, but some other people in our generation, in our time, do not feel that way.
No,
Yeah.
no, they don't. I try to use it. I use it sometimes too much. I kind of abuse it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are also times where I try to do it in the sense of like, maybe down the line that like you would feel like you. I guess not to say like they should feel obligated to, but it would be nice like if I'm like, hey, just
the one time,
like look out for me. Look out for me
Yeah.
for the one time. I'm not saying that I request it or require it, but that's just kind of like growing up. That's
It'd be
just
nice.
it'd be nice.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like where I was with it is not where I need to be now. So I've been trying to like cut that back. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Tone down on it. Don't mean not saying I'm trying to be selfish. Nah, nothing like that. I just have to get back to me as a person. But it's situational.
I get
It's
that.
very situational.
So speaking of situational, are we speaking in the romantic sense or in general?
Well, since we kind of going off in a romantic sense, we might as well just stay on that and then we'll
Okay,
transition. So
All right.
let's say, for example, you was to take a girl out on a date. Do you feel like you should have to pay for it all on your own, or do you feel like you have to go 50-50 with her? Or do you feel like, well, let me know what you think. What you think?
So to answer your question, DJ TJ RJ /4th to 5th.
You feel?
I have been on dates where I have paid for all of them
Mhm.
or everything. I've been
Mhm.
on dates where we have gone 50-50, and I have been on dates where the woman has paid for everything.
And how does that make you feel as a man?
Women paying for everything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it just because I know women are there are a lot of women who respect the fact that I am letting them be independent. You know what I'm saying? Not feeling so 20th century, I can't do anything for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always gone by the rule of, and this is something I think my dad has always said too, I've always gone by the rule, whoever's idea it is should be the one to pay for it, unless you bring something up otherwise. So if you like, hey, I think this be kind of fun to go do something, but I don't really know if I can afford to do it. And
Right.
if I'm like, if it's in my budget, I got you, because that do sound like a good idea. But if it's not in my budget, we can try to do something else. Because at the end of the day, it shouldn't cost to be enjoying quality time with whoever you spending with. You feel me?
Ooh. Okay.
You don't got to spend money all the time.
Okay.
Talk to
I can on soul, bro. Like, preach. I like that because I actually know people that's done came to me saying they've been stressing out on like, oh man, I want to take this certain person out. I don't got enough money to do all this. Woo, woo, woo. And I mean, depending on the time of year, how creative you are, I feel like kind of going off what Jubilant was saying. If you're really like invested in like coming up with a plan and be like, bet I'm gonna follow this plan without barely having to either spend money, or if you choose to spend money, it's really more of what is more important is the thought that counts, that you went this far to show this person a good time or this and that, whether you spend money or not. I've done dates where like I've barely spent any money, literally just like, let's just go to a park, or like keep it on the surprise, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, bet, like I'm gonna take you something, but I'm not gonna tell you. I just need you to be dressed when I come get you.
Facts.
And then you
Been
just
there, done that.
go from there, and then let it, you know what I'm saying? And if you do got like a dinner date in the future of the plans, you know, you can set that up. Or sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you don't always gotta, you know what I'm saying, dip into the pockets, you know, like if it's summertime, it's nice, go for the picnic for the one time, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, I'm giving y'all sauce, bro. Hold on, bro.
Be doing picnics
Man,
out here.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm giving y'all a little niggas.
I know, but but nah, like for real though, like just think outside the box. Like you can look up stuff in the city. Like you can go to the Cincinnati Art Museum for free. You
I
can
got a whole list of date spots in the city of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky area in my phone right now. If anybody ever needs any ideas, hit me up. I will send y'all the list.
Hey, there you go. See, he
You
just
gotta
put it on
say
the map.
stuff like that.
You gotta say it, like you gotta put, you know what I'm saying. But personally for me, I don't have an issue of doing either 50-50 or paying for the whole thing. If I'm feeling like that day, like nah, I got it, it's on me. Like I got the money to I'm gonna do it. But if it's one of those things where it's like, because sometimes you ever notice you going on a date with somebody, you like do something, but it's not really like spoken. Like y'all don't want to ask each other who's paying for who. So y'all kind of just going and like, or it waits till the last minute when the waiter come out. So like, how y'all want to do this? And then it's like, well, I guess we'll.
See, you just made me mad because I absolutely hate when the waiter just give me the check and don't ask if it's together or separate. I cannot
really?
tell
I never had that incident before.
I've had that happen to
it.
me so many times,
Really?
bruh, and it be pissing me off, bruh.
Like, who said I was paying?
You know what I'm saying? But on some real stuff though, what if she want to pay for herself? What if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how are you just going to assume that we are paying, or that it's on one check, and then they always get a check to me, and I'll be like,
I'm weak. He said, I ain't got all that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I came here to spend 15, not 30. Okay, it's not in the budget.
See,
told
now
you this
some
before
people
we got
might
there.
argue that's cheap.
That's fine. I can be cheap. Are you helping me with my bills? Are you paying my rent? Are you helping me buy my books?
Can't argue with
Okay,
that.
then.
I cannot argue with that at all.
On God.
And then for the rebuttal of people who gonna be like, well, you shouldn't have went on a date in the first place. Well,
Somebody
check this
not
out.
getting taken on dates, huh?
Right.
I'm weak. Hey, that's crazy.
Or I tried to do something creative out the box. I even tried to make some food at home.
There you go.
But-
there you go.
I don't feel like coming to your house. I feel like that's uncomfortable.
Ooh.
I mean, with that being said, you can't always resort to the house.
That's also true, and I
Females
understand.
definitely
Especially
to
like,
be out.
yeah.
I understand
that.
that.
Yeah.
Women like to be out.
You right.
I mean, I'm not gonna just say women. There's times I like to get out the house. I ain't trying to just be in, you know what I'm saying, in the spot.
Yeah.
Like I want to go out and do something, or like I said, I'm like, I don't mind going to the park. I love going to the park. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Like call me a kid or whatever. I'm not playing in the jungle gym and shit, but like I actually
I
like
will.
y'all. Nah, like I just, you know what I'm saying, I like go to park with a view, see the city. You know what I'm saying.
Bring your camera just in case.
Yeah,
Get some shots
you know what
in.
I'm saying? Why not? You know what I mean? Like I gotta look out for that stuff, kind of stuff. But now sometimes you might not want to be in the house. Nah, yeah. So I guess so. It's kind of something we're on an agreement of. You know, if you're going out with someone, us four can agree on. We don't have no issues with paying half and half, or paying the whole, or letting the woman pay,
Yeah,
or the significant other pay.
No.
See, I feel like when it comes to males, we don't generally have the problem with this. It's mostly the females who feel like the man should be the one to pay.
The women?
Now, I don't have the women who feel like the men should always have to pay. Here's my problem with that. I like a woman to be independent. She shouldn't have to rely on you if you're just going out on a mutual date.
Okay.
Now, there's certain situations, of course, where you should pay, but there's also situations to where, who said I'm paying for all this?
No,
we doing this together. So
I totally understand.
What I was gonna say was sometimes it's not always the fact, like some guys are just prideful enough, or they just been taught like the man should cover everything.
and more power to them, but I'm not that.
He's talking about he got
I
it.
ain't made out of money.
I'm gonna say, because I do know some guys that are straight up like they don't believe in the woman paying for them, even though she wants to be independent and might want to. Cause they feel like, and if they do it, then they feel like they owe them, and they're like, nah, like I gotta top it off, since you know what I'm saying, they feel like, you know, they want to treat their girl or their queen or however they want to go about that. So
Live your life, King.
all right, well,
how
so
do you feel about that, Jacoby Watson? Because I got a response, but I wanted to make sure everybody go around and say something.
okay. That was just my rebuttal. Not rebuttal, but just kind of like a thought that came to my head, because I do know people like that.
I'm kind of in agreement with Adam at the end of the day, because women, some women, because I've had this happen to me several times, where they just like, oh yeah, I assumed these you was gonna pay for it, and I'm just like,
So let me ask y'all this then: do you feel like this needs to be said earlier instead of waiting for the waiter to come up?
Yes.
oh yeah, definitely,
This should be discussed before y'all even go.
Yes.
yeah, because this is
Like,
cause,
so
Cause do be that
How we
awkward. Y'all
doing?
just look at each other like,
Like-
so.
I
And
done
people-
seen girls be.
I was saying people really
Pick up the phone
childish
like, dang,
nowadays,
that's
too.
crazy.
Like we too old to where we can't literally say, so are we paying together or am I paying for this or how are we doing this? Like y'all should be able to be mature enough and have that conversation.
But what if the other person feels afraid to tell you what they really want you to do? So they're really like, nah, I just do have
Well-
one. Really, they probably want you to just cover that one.
So
That's
is
their fault.
This is the type of person I am.
Speak up.
If I invite you on a date, like
They
I
want you
said,
to read
then
their
I
mind.
am going to
I
pay
respect
for
that,
it.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or if I
That's
say,
if you're asking her out.
yeah, I was like, hey, would
Okay.
you like to go on a
Okay.
date? I'll cover it. We can
Yeah.
go do whatever. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Da. But I have literally told him like, look, I'm messing with you, but I am broke right now. So if you want to go out, that is cool. Just know my pockets is kind of hurt right now.
And that's great that you're honest
And
with
if
that.
if you stick with that, cool. If you want to just wait till I get my pockets up, since you feel like it's the first date and the guy should have to pay and you ask me, that's cool too. But just know, it might not be tomorrow. It might be 2 weeks from now. It might
Yeah.
be a month or two from now. You know what I'm saying?
Wait for my taxes to come in. I got you.
Type stuff. But no, to rebuttal to what Adam says, because I actually do know someone, and I really like her as a person. You know what I'm saying? She's a really great friend. But she's dating somebody that I know, and she always believes that he should pay for things. Like everything.
Oh, everything.
And everything.
Also, he made out of money.
He's not. And she be
About
like,
my wallet crying.
yeah, and he'd be like, bro, come on, bro. I can't, like, I can do it, but I'm not trying to do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can understand and respect that. She was like, well, it's just the way I was raised. And I was like, I feel where you're coming from with that as well, but
I feel
that's
like
not how the world works.
it's compromise.
I feel like that's a conversation between them two. I feel like he has to come to her about that and really like tell her like, hey, like, you know, I don't mind doing this sometimes, but like I really just don't have it like that for me to be. And if she feels like she entitled to how she was raised, then maybe if they can't come to an agreement, then hey,
maybe
I don't know what to tell y'all, because honestly,
I mean,
like you just said, he ain't made out of money, and her ideals literally, because there are some people that really do believe that they shouldn't have to pay for it and nothing,
they need
or
to open up their mind.
Yeah,
closed mouth don't get fed though.
But see, at the same, but in those kind of situations, that's kind of hard because again, if they're going off the base of how they've been raised, then it's kind of just like I kind of see that as a sign from like, okay, then I'm assuming that your parents did everything in their power to get you everything you wanted.
So that's what you're used to.
Yeah, like I'm not your parents' sweetie.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think people need to like learn that when they get older and they go on in life, people are going to have differing opinions than you.
I agree with that.
And they have to realize they have to compromise some things to succeed in life.
Yeah.
You can't go into life with a stale mind state like, well, if it's not my way, then it's not getting done. Well,
I know a lot of people like that. And I'd be like, oh, you going to be mad because watch this.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Watch how
Nope.
the world going to be like,
people too picky on what they choosing to want to support and whatnot.
No, I totally agree with that. And I always tell people, because as always, I be on Facebook, social media, and some is mostly a woman most of the time. But I've seen some dudes, some simp-ass dudes post some shit like this too. They be like,
I hate simp.
Hey, I swear, I ain't going to let no woman pay 50-50 for me. You ain't a real man if you let your woman pay half. Shut your dumb ass up.
That was one thing that was talking about when Adam was saying, like, I was saying, like, that pride thing. Like, some guys really find it like, oh, it's a pride thing that they have to do that, or like even if like, because for same situation with your friend that you just said, what if in a hypothetical situation with another relationship, the guy really don't have it, but he likes to keep putting his front like, well, I got to make it seem like I have it, you know, it's a pride. He don't want to come like he broke.
If the girl is for you, she will understand. Okay,
I like that.
And on top of
100%.
that, dang, I had a really good point. It was based off the simp thing.
I feel like it can go both ways, because definitely, I know there's like y'all was saying earlier, like there's some women that don't mind paying for it themselves, but like it gets to a point where the guy can be the bum or expect her to do everything too.
There are,
because you got to look at the other side. We can't always, because we can't always just put it on the women. It's two sides to it. Yeah, it's just we hear it more often with the men to women situation versus the other way around. Because there's some guys that be bumming off of their girl
for sure. And if you genuinely like this girl, you shouldn't want her to pay for everything. It should be 50-50.
Yep.
Relationships. I just brought me back to my point. Relationships are partnerships. People tend to forget that. I am not your parent, so I am not going to baby you, nor am I going to take care of you in that sense. You want to go be taken care of and be spoon fed, move back in with your pops, because I ain't doing it. So
yeah,
I got to feed my own mouth.
You're not lying on that one, my good brother. Oh, I see that.
And if you got a problem with it, my @name on IG is ASAP Brian _Brian, and we can argue about it all motherfucking day.
Yeah,
my man came to preach.
I don't got time to be arguing with y'all because I don't care.
He came down.
Yeah, he got the suit. He ready.
Today.
But we gonna transition to the other thing. So now, moving along from relationships, friendships. So doing 50-50, whether it's money or having a house together or apartment together. 50-50. How do y'all feel?
I would say,
like, how do you feel?
Depending on what it is, work based to determine the compensation for it. So, like, say, like, we worked on a project together. Like, just because we worked on it together don't necessarily mean we all should get the same thing. Like, say one person did more work, significantly more work than the other people. Obviously, that person should get the bigger chunk.
Yeah.
And I feel like.
So you're saying
like 70-30. You don't believe?
No. He's more so saying.
I'm more so saying you should get like whatever you do or whatever you put in, you should get equal return.
Getting paid for what you produced.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of and I kind of understand the aspect of what he's saying.
Same with like paying and stuff too. Like so, like say the niggas went out to eat and they were like, oh, do y'all want to put it on one bill and split it? No, I want to pay for what I got.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pay
Yep.
for my portion. I'm not going to pay extra for somebody else's portion.
No.
That's fair. Yeah.
As
So,
far as
yeah.
like the roommate situation, me and Blake, we do everything 50-50.
Yeah, well, roommates
fine.
definitely.
Straight
yeah.
down.
But there's a lot of roommates that don't do that. Like
I
they
mean,
supposed to,
unless
but
they have
either.
an agreement.
But this is what happens though. You see the scales, it'd be like
Yeah.
this, and then over time, either one falls short, or the other just keeping their weight up, but the other can't keep up, or
Whoever can't,
whatever their
then
situation
whoever
is.
can't keep up needs to be held responsible.
I mean, with that, like, at that point, you need to determine who you roommates with better at that point. Because if you being a roommate with someone, you should be able to trust them enough to hold up their end of the bargain.
See, but it doesn't always work like that because some people's
Yeah.
roommates might move out and they might need somebody else to fill in real quick to where, you know, they can still keep their own apartment and stuff of that nature.
Or they could be doing well and then they lose their job.
That's
Some
also
accident
true.
happen,
Yeah.
and,
But
like,
that's
they could-
different though than somebody just bumming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
So where do you draw the line then?
as far as bumming, so like if you are getting up and going to work all the time, then you're not bumming. You might not be able to have it all at the one time or whatever, but if you trying, I could be like, okay, you trying. But if I see you trying and you not being able to produce what you give in, be like, hey, look, you might have to move out or you might have to stop living outside your means or whatever, because obviously it's not working. Whatever you're doing is not covering whatever you're trying to pay for. So there's that. But so how do y'all feel about and Adam, you probably had the most experience with this, living with women and feeling or making them like, not making them, but like saying they pay bills and rent and stuff like that.
So
How does that work for y'all?
this
Yeah, I
this
ain't
is
think
how
about
we
that.
have it. So we both have our own separate bills.
Okay.
So we take care of our own separate bills, and depending on whatever the bill is, like, say for example, she'll take the electric, I'll take the Wi-Fi or something like that. So like we divide the bills up like that,
Okay.
and then like on the bigger bills we come together on those. So like
That's smart.
Okay.
rent, car note type shit. So
That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
That's smart.
Cause I know my mom, she'll pay the mortgage because that's a decent amount of money. But my dad will pay all the incidental, so he'll pay like cable, electric,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
And not to
Okay.
I
mention
think
like
that's fair.
if one of us need help on one of our own personal bills, hey, do you have this? Sure. So like
Yeah.
it's
See,
fluent.
that's
So,
cool.
like,
Cause back to the simp that I was talking about earlier, I ain't letting nobody pay 50-50 for my half. You a real,
So what if you don't
not
got
a
it
real
all?
man.
Sometimes
All
you
that.
just don't have it all.
Anybody that is able-bodied in my house will be having a job and will be contributing to what goes on in this house. That's point
can't-
blank.
I
hey,
can't
if they
argue
if
that.
they don't if they don't got a job, they better have house spotless and they cooking.
Yeah, and even then, I don't need you to do that because I can do that for myself.
That is true.
with a job.
That is true.
See, I'm the type, like, I don't really like, y'all know, I don't like giving niggas money.
I already know.
Y'all, I ain't gonna,
Yeah.
that's just me.
What you need it for, bro? That's only
On
$1, bro. Hell.
Hey, because the way I see it, it's like, I like to avoid all of that, and the best way to avoid it is to not have to do it
Yeah.
by not having
you-
to give it out.
you're not right-
You know
you're
what I'm
not
saying?
wrong.
Like, there's been situations where I'm not gonna say names, but someone done owed like 5 of the friends, and y'all know how that went. While y'all hounding that one, I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, see, if
Don't
you would've-
say y'all because you know I barred it up real quick.
See, the
Nah,
only
bro.
reason I would give money to friends is like because I've been in like situations to where I've needed money and have got help from friends. So I would do
And
it
I
to an
respect
extent.
that.
To an extent.
I respect. Listen,
There's a limit with me.
like with
Yeah.
me, I'm not saying like I'm selfish and I'm not trying to get no money, because sometimes I don't, and sometimes I can't be selfish. I know that was a contradiction. I don't care. But what I'm getting at is if I know you're actually in a standing, like, you know what I'm saying, you just having a little slump or you just need something real quick, and I know you can pay me back, then I
Yeah,
have it fine.
yeah, I got you.
Like Jacob, no, he's like one of the only people I probably give money to. If Jacob needed something
Same.
and I have it, I've actually given Jacob money before because I
Yes.
know he's gonna pay me back.
Yeah.
Whereas some people I know, that's unreliable. And I'm not finna be sitting here and you owe me $20, but it's been like 3 weeks since you paid me $20.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
That is.
And
It's
also a time limit,
Don't
too.
let me find out you got a job too and you mean to tell me you couldn't pay me back. That's BS.
I think that depends because I know, like, and this is just me being personal.
And it's situational.
I say
you know,
me and Jacob took me somewhere, and I was like, bro, look, I ain't got it right now, but I will pay you back. And have I not been working towards paying you back?
Yes. I
So-
just told him.
and that's between y'all
I
two.
just told him like it just get if I like I said I requested funds from him one time because I know he owed me, and I was like, it ain't got to be a full. Nah, just do what you can.
I gave what I could,
and then we'll work out the rest at a later date. That's just how that's how it is. Because I have that level of trust and respect with him to do that.
Right.
But it's also like you said, and that's when it comes to friends. Y'all got to know y'all friends, especially when it comes to money. Because you don't know how. Because y'all don't know how shicey some of them can move sometimes.
Not even that. People also need to know how to borrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't borrow past what you know you can pay back.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, that too.
Hey, yo, let me hold a band.
And don't say, can I borrow? I would rather you say, can I have the money? Because if you know you don't have no intention paying it back, if I give you the money on that point, I can't be mad if you're not paying me back. But if you say borrow, that implies that you are going to give me the money back.
Don't tell me either, because I'm going to expect it back.
Yeah.
Fair.
It ain't half or
I'm not
borrow.
giving
If I'm
it to
giving,
you.
That's why.
if I know I can't get it back.
And that is why in most financial situations, that is why people use the word loan.
That is very true.
Because when you use the word loan, that means that you have that intent on paying them back.
Yep.
And if you say it like that, then that's more better for someone to be able to gain someone else's trust is using that word. Because if they know that you have the intent of paying them back, okay, there you go. Because I know that I'm gonna see it. I don't know when, but I'm gonna see it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
and it goes further than just money too. Like it depends on the situation. Because I don't mind if like somebody's like, let me borrow a game. You know, if I know I'm not playing it, I don't care. Like take it. Like you know what I'm saying. Or like I don't know about no car. I don't let nobody borrow my car. That's in my name. That's
I'll give you a ride. Yeah,
right.
Like,
Right.
I'll give you a ride, but
I need to borrow your car real quick. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah,
Whoa,
that's
I don't know.
slow.
No.
Yeah, like I'm, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to make it sound like everything about this episode about money. I'm just being like 50-50 anything. Like it could be like, because like for example, I know we split the Hulu. You know me, you and Owen, we split the Hulu, and we do pretty good at that, or the Crunchyroll, and we pay that, and that's not an issue because it's enough of us to pay it back. And it's like only $4 each, so it's not. It's no excuse. I put it like that. There's no excuse on why you can't pay it.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like with certain things, it definitely can. Because I've seen some people, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, yeah, they could do this or they can ask for this and they can use that. But then some people sometimes can abuse that power and they overdo it. Like roommates, you know, like, well, I was an RA at NKU, so I dealt with a lot of roommate situations where they signed a contract saying, oh, yeah, such and such can play my Xbox and such and such can eat my snacks and stuff like that or whatever. And then they get mad because they go too far. The roommate goes too far and either plays their game too much or eat all their food. Now they don't got no food for real. And you know what I'm saying? So I guess it comes back to like an accountability thing and it's like a responsibility thing. Yep. So would y'all say in conclusion that like with friendships, when it comes to splitting things 50-50, is more held on a accountability, responsibility level versus a relationship with a significant other? Pretty much what I'm getting at is, do you feel like you hold the significant other at a higher standard, or do you look at your friend at more of a higher standard?
It's respect. I'm about to say it's respect. It's all about respect, like in general, right there.
Yeah.
So wait, how do y'all feel about like family borrowing money and stuff like that?
I'm iffy about that too.
See, I'm.
It depends on who it is.
It does.
If like my mom needed it, I know she gonna give me back. And sometimes if I know I just got it, I'll just keep it because my mom do be doing a lot. So it's like I understand. My dad, on the other hand, he be bumming. Because what he'll do is he'll ask everybody in my family for money. So it go for me getting 10, but little I know he got like 50. Because he done asked like 4 other people before me. So it's just like, nah, you got that other $40, you good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, no, hold on.
But I'm not going to sit here and say like my pops is like that all the time. Sometimes if he need money and he normally pay me back. Or he'll be like, just take it out the bill that you owe me already anyway. So I'll be like, all right, that's fine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wasn't planning on giving up 50 now, but all right, that's 50 I ain't got to pay later. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, my cousin was to call me and it was like it's got to be the reason. Like if it's like legit, like I have no food to eat, I need to eat, I haven't eaten all day, or like I have no gas, I can't get to work, I can understand that. You need a 10, here, get you something to eat, get you some gas. If it's just like hey bro, let me hold like a few dollars to get this new game or something, I ain't give you no money.
My personal favorite.
Game.
Hey, bro.
Let me get money to get a bud.
Yeah, I said, let me get 15 so I can get some bud.
I'm not paying you to support your habit.
I don't even smoke.
Now you said, let me get $1 for a Rello real quick.
Oh, God.
I'm not.
Now let me get that $6.
But I mean, it's kind of at the end of the day, with whether it's a friendship, family member, significant other, I think it does boil down to respect, reasoning, and then just like how you feel about the other person. I think that's what the 3 fundamental things that it boils down to. But a lot of people don't realize that, especially with friendships, because I wanted to touch on this. When it comes to friendships, when it's 50-50, it is not always a physical or monetary thing. It can also be emotional support too.
Okay.
It can always be that, because I've seen situations, because I've worked with like a lot of kids, and I've seen situations where kids like, and it shows in kids a lot, because kids show everything.
Yeah.
Where like something happens with one kid, and their friend comes and supports them. But then when something happens to the other friend, the other friend is just kind of like, it's just crazy. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? And that can have a negative effect on them going on, because like then that's when friendships start to like become not as strong as they used to. People start throwing shade back and forth about each other, back and forth, and it can get to a lot.
I feel like, and I like that you brought up emotional 50, because I didn't even think about it that way. That's actually a really good insight you just said. But that just made me also think about I feel like when you start to ask for things or borrow things and stuff like that, I feel like that puts the true test of your friendship, relationship, familyship, whatever. I feel like that is the test to see how it's going to go and how it's going to go down. And you might let certain things slide, but if it's continuing to happen, it's really going to turn you off.
Yep.
Now, I got an uncle who I never would let borrow money from me.
See?
Ever.
If you got the receipts to prove it too, oh yeah.
Come on.
Because it's not only, and it's funny that you said borrowing things, because that's, and it's funny because we talked about apartments and like roommates and situations earlier. You really don't know a person until you're forced to live with them.
Oh,
for a certain
exactly.
amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you do not know. You
Preach.
cannot say you know someone until
Preach.
you have lived with them for a certain amount, like a
Preach.
decent amount of time. A decent amount of time.
That's why I'm scared to like get in a serious relationship. Because for one, I don't feel comfortable enough to live with somebody who I'm not married with, for the simple fact that what if we break up?
Exactly.
Now I'm ass out because
y'all both signed the lease.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, again, that's where y'all would have to think beforehand. Y'all would have to at least maintain the fact that y'all are both still living in this place regardless of y'all relationship status, but y'all have to be mature enough to be friends after y'all relationship.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happened because of y'all living situation.
See,
But emotions,
I'm about to say, I see what you're saying.
if a dude mess up and the emotions go the wrong way,
it's slow.
then there's a problem. Same vice versa.
Yeah. Because
So-
like that situation is possible. I've seen it once.
Y'all gonna have to put the emotions aside, which is
Man.
very
That's
hard
hard.
for some
Nah.
people.
That
to do.
is.
It gets to the point
That's very
sometimes somebody
hard
will
for
just
some people
move
to do.
out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's gotten to the
seen
point
that
with like parents. It's not even just like people our age. It's even like adults
Yep.
that go through the same
Yeah.
problem. Like it's real, and the tensions are very high when stuff like that happens. So, like Jacob said earlier, it's definitely a trust factor, and responsibility, and accountability. And you really have to put your trust. And if you don't feel comfortable, then you letting that other person know that. And if they can't understand it, then that's your answer right there that lets you know, like, I can't do this because you're not seeing where I'm coming from, and you can't respect my decision.
Yeah.
Because some people sometimes just look at it from the money, and they be like, "Oh, let's just move in together because if it's only half, then we only got to spend this much." And which that is true. However, like you just said earlier, you don't know a person till you really live with a person.
You really don't.
Because you could be with them and hang out with them as long as you want. But you start living, you start to see their living habits.
Yeah,
you see who clean and who not clean. You see who really hold their hand like they end of the bargain. It's a lot that goes into it.
Man.
So, kind of wrapping this up, do you guys feel like 50-50 is the best way to handle most situations? I'm not going to say all, but most situations.
Yep.
Yes. Everyone should put in the same energy in all situations that the other person's putting in. Like, you're supposed to reciprocate. Like, don't be that person.
Truly.
Like, no one likes a
wishy-washy.
A leech.
A leech.
Yes.
Half-ass.
Like, no
A
one wants
bum.
a freeloader. Like,
No.
people like to show their independence. Well, show your independence with your money, with your mind, with your emotions. Yeah.
I would totally agree with that statement. If y'all feel like y'all got different statements, or if y'all want to just
Please let us
argue with
know.
anybody, feel free to
Don't argue
get
with
in
me
the
because
comments.
I ain't going to argue with you. I don't got time.
I'm gonna argue
I don't
because
argue.
I'm very passionate about
Arguing's
this
fun.
episode.
I
I'm
don't
very
argue.
passionate about this topic.
No, this is a great topic. I like this because this is something that people don't really think about. Because I was literally going to ask before we wrap up, how does one avoid a situation to where they feel like a person might not be able to hold themselves up 50-50 or to meet that standard? How does one see the signs?
Communication.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Communication is key.
I also would think you need to figure out who you getting into the situation with before you get into it with them.
Yep.
Okay.
Like you gotta
whether
watch
that's
people's
dating,
habits.
moving in, or money, all of the
anything.
above.
You gotta start paying attention. Be aware, emotionally and physically aware of your surroundings and what that person is like doing.
Yeah.
I say test that person. The
Yes.
it was also
I would say
gonna show you
don't just trust
fully
off of their
100%.
word.
Yeah, test them.
But yeah.
Like
I would
until
probably
you
have
get that full trust in a person, I believe you should have that little bit of doubt. Not to saying you should doubt people, but the more so the fact of like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt
Okay.
for this one time, because we haven't tested our relationship like this.
Facts.
So yeah.
What was you saying, Jacob?
I don't remember what I just said.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Oh, it's all good.
It's cool. I forgot. I was pretty much agreeing with what he said in a nutshell.
That's
I just
cool.
don't remember exactly what I said though.
I feel that. I feel that.
That was a good conversation.
Yeah, that
gentlemen.
was. That definitely
You know
was.
what I'm saying? And I think we can go ahead and wrap this episode up. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with y'all, but if y'all want to argue with these three gentlemen, go ahead.
I was like, I might do it. I might not. We'll see.
We will definitely have more stuff coming in the future. Like I said, we are trying to get a lot of things working. A lot of things coming, especially with this being almost 1 year for us recording. For those that has been watching and supporting us, we do appreciate it greatly.
Facts.
Man,
definitely the
y'all
ones
don't
that's
even
come up
know.
to us and gave us feedback and let us know from the audio to the mic. So what we can improve on. Any criticism, we will take it. Even if you don't like us, I don't care. I appreciate the view. You know what I'm saying?
I love y'all hate.
Negative energy is negative energy, but we gonna turn that into positive and keep it moving, staying strong, moving
Ain't
forward.
no toxic energy over this way.
That's
toxic
true.
episode. Y'all want to hear us talk about toxicity?
I think
It's
that
only
should
right.
be our next episode after the one we got
Toxic
planned for
energy,
next week.
that-
We can put it on plan list. If y'all want to see us talk about that, let us know. But
Also-
that's all I really have.
Nah, you go.
What you gonna say?
Okay, our goal this year is to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So help us get to that, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your peoples. Y'all know we interested and whatnot. So feel free to just let them know about what our content is
That's
and other
a fact,
stuff.
Jack.
So yeah,
That's a fact.
And you already know.
that's
I am Jacoby.
TJ, Yer.
Your boy Jerdo.
your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant, aka Young Urameshi.
And
And-
you just watched the episode of The Four.
You
Streaming
did.
services coming soon.
That too.
So-
It's a lot we got to work on, y'all. But we getting it. Just wait.
The
Just
foe out, y'all.